What it do? What it do? Episode 00.
Double O. Facts.
Double O. On that double flow. So here we are again, man.
Yeah, Wednesday, July 27th.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta put the date out
2022.
there. Yep.
We gotta stamp the year.
2022.
It's the year of the twos.
This is a better look for me.
I like that. It actually looks like a robotic arm is in front of you. And it's like going to follow you as you're moving back and forth.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, so
So what's
if
good,
anybody's interested in this t-shirt, we purchased this at one of our tattoo artist friends.
Oh, yeah.
Loft show that he was having.
It's got a dope art pic in the back. I mean, I wish we could see the back right quick. I mean, I don't know if you're willing to model right quick, Poe. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, what it is, it's that concrete jungle. You know who that man is right there? Is that Escobar?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, Pablo Escobar. Big ups, rest in peace, Pablo Escobar. Man, he was the OG.
Yeah, so the shirt was 40 beans. It was nice. I fuck with it. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
good price. Look good material.
Yeah,
Look
it is.
good.
It's pretty
comfortable.
nice. Yeah, it is. I fuck with it.
That's peace. I don't know who the fuck this brand is, but I like how it look. It got a little, like a kind of like a rug piece across the chest. It's graffiti though. I don't even know what the fuck it says. I think it says cream, cash rule, everything around me. Big ups to Wu-Tang. It ain't a Wu-Tang shirt, but big ups to Wu-Tang either way. You know what I'm saying? I got, had to keep the flow going and keep representing. You know what I'm saying? We don't got no merch yet, but
It's being worked on. It's in the works.
big ups to PodGASt. You know what I'm saying? Big ups to PodGASt.
Big ups to PodGASt.
Big ups to you, bro. Big ups to you.
We gonna have something in the works. What you was thinking of?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I mean, mine's racing. Well, big ups to our editor in the background doing their thing, making
Always.
sure that the show runs good. We got a big ups to our peoples. That's important. Solidarity. You know what I'm saying? This show is all about, kicking it, talking shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about, talking about current events and talking about, you know what I'm saying, that good green, that good beautiful gas, you know what I'm saying? Hence the name PodGASt. You know what I'm saying? So, on my mind, what's on my mind most of the time. What's on my mind most of the time. Nah, but what's up with current events, man? I know we was chopping it up. We was talking about some good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Let me know, man. Talk to me.
Yeah, we was talking about a few things actually. For example, the entire police force quit after a black woman was hired as a town manager in Kenley, North Carolina. That type of stuff is crazy that still happens to this day. You know
I mean,
what I'm
but in what context are we looking at it? Like when you read that, what comes to mind for you?
I don't know. I feel like it's a lot of old school people, they can't be, taking a lot of direction from a woman. Especially she's black too, so that kind of double.
I like how you threw it out there first that she was a woman.
Yeah.
Versus throwing out the racial card first, you know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying, only because, let me keep it real. She's a woman of color, but she's not even fully black, you know that? She's like 30. She looked black. Well, I mean, a Dominican woman looked black too. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying she's actually 36% black. I don't even know why a lot of articles say that too. It's weird. She's 36% black, 36% some shit Hispanic or some shit like that. I don't know,
really?
some shit like that. And then, well, matter of fact, I think she's 36% non-Hispanic white. So she's got some white in her. I mean, I don't know if she literally got some white in her, but she's got some white in her. You go, you go 36% black, 20% Hispanic, and 36% non-Hispanic white. So she's got some white in her. So I don't know if I like the fact that you brought it up in a gender term first versus a racial term, because I mean that makes sense. Machismo, right?
Yeah.
These old school white dudes, especially from the South. A matter of fact, if you look into the article, I think old boy worked 21 years as a cop. So he was in his seat for a long time, boy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So I mean, I think he protested. His little homeboys were there. You know what I'm saying?
Police Chief Josh Gibson.
Yeah. I mean, he got a black name though. I wonder how he feel about that. No, but straight up, truth be told, I mean, most people when you read the article, they take it in the context of racial, right? I think I'm kind of like, I look at it in a different spectrum, right? I look at it like how you were saying it. She's a woman. She just got she's basically like the mayor. Basically, that's what the manager of a town is. You basically the mayor. It's just a real small town. She's only 2,000 people. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's a little shit. You feel me? And you're not even elected. You're appointed.
And you said there was over 30 candidates too. And
yeah,
she was the
nationwide.
She was the most well qualified.
So check this out. You know what I found out about it though. So I guess she's old boy said that they are resigning because of a hostile work environment, right? But here's the funny thing. I think she came in with the mentality like, yo, we about to change this shit. This bullshit y'all been pulling here for years is done and over with. And what I'm talking about is, these cops were harassing black folks, harassing black community. This is like, if you look up not just the article, but if you go into the town, you find out about a lot of discrimination, shit like that. And then, not for nothing, for a whole police force to do that, don't you think that was kind of like some society shit? Like, don't you think like maybe they KKK? That's the South too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you gotta be careful in the South.
Alleged, maybe I'll say. I'm gonna throw it out there. But now, just to be real, reading into it, she actually sued her employer back in 2016 because when she was she had this certain position working in a town like kind of like what she's doing now, and she discovered that there was some little money shit going on with the taxes and transportation. And she became a whistleblower, so she sued the motherfuckers because they fired her, and they fired her on some discriminatory ass way and
she went to trial?
Racial. So yeah, she went to she had all that shit. So I mean, this chick sounds like I think like this chick sounds like, for me, I think she sounds like a game changer. Like, I think that's the problem. She came in with that mentality, like she came in like Joe Clark did to Eastside High School in that movie. That was that movie, Lean On Me. You know what I'm saying? Right? Ain't that movie Lean On Me?
Like, was it like Samuel L. Jackson coaching the basketball team? Was that Coach Carter?
Or something like that. But this was Morgan Freeman as a principal coming into a school like, we about to change this shit, walking around with a bat. That's probably what she did. She probably rolled up in there with a clipboard on her arm like, we done. Like, I think letting them all resign. You know what? They probably some old motherfuckers anyway. Let them all resign.
I mean, yeah, they be working 21 years already at the.
If I was her, I'll open up ASAP. Like, yo, we hiring.
So I just wanted to make a comment about how big Kenley is. It's not more than a handful of streets.
Yeah, it's probably like a 1.5 mile, maybe like.
I don't know, but for the size that they're in, they don't have any crime statistics more recent. The most recent one they have is 2007. Yeah,
they only got like a police force of like 8. It's like, really? Like, fuck that. Fine.
I'm about to go to Kenley, start fucking shit up in there.
Open up shop. Open up a dispensary in the middle of town.
No, I just hit a bank heist. Also GTA shit.
How many banks they got in Kenley?
Just shoot it out with the 8 niggas.
How many banks they got in Kenley? Not to throw the bad seed out there, but I mean, hey, it's enticing. It's enticing. What if? 2 banks, and they're across the street. 3 banks, and they're like they're on the same street. Bro, yo, an hour max. No, 15 minutes max.
I'm going just on a bank robbery spree.
We'll walk.
And just walk down the strip and just rob every bank.
You do one bank, I do another one.
One of them is an ATM.
And then we'll meet up at a McDonald's locally.
Facts.
Right down the
on
street.
the same street. We could all just
on the same street. And then look, the highway's right there, so we could just jump in the whip and be out.
Off.
Be done. Kenley be gone.
Kenley, tighten up, man. Please.
Yeah, man. You know what? Support your new manager, yo. Get down and create a neighborhood watch. Because you can literally, all it is a neighborhood large, right? It's like the Forest Hill section of North Newark. That's how big that place is. So they could police their own shit. They're like a village. They could just put a fence around their shit. Hey, man. Hey, fuck it, man. I mean,
there's one part that's interesting, though.
What is that?
They got the Redeemed House Biker Church. That should tell you enough about what's going on in that town.
Oh, yeah,
they have
man.
a biker church?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, these dudes probably have like...
Is it like self-explanatory? Like
Hell's Kitchen type of motherfuckers.
They just take their bikes into a big building?
Look at that shit. Look.
Or it's like an auto bike mall. Like,
bro, look at
you ain't sell bikes there.
Nah, that's a church, bro. They go in there and they rev their shit up and talk about Christ. And sell hot dogs and corn dogs or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Damn, that's some crazy shit though, bro. I mean, you know what? Hey, more power to Kenley. You know, that's the new manager out there, Kenley Jones. Big ups to her, man. It's fucked up, but you know what? That's what's called time for change.
But just look at like some of the.
That's like the whole town inside the building.
No, but it's all Caucasians. Like you don't see one colored person.
Ain't seen like no disrespect to white folks, but I mean, when change starts to come,
like my girl grandpa right there.
Y'all all start to run or y'all start to protest and act up.
Like,
look at this dude. You see that dude?
Gang.
That dude look like me when I'm like 55 or some shit.
He got a sword.
Oh, he wildin'.
That dude got a
He's
sword.
Always, Knights at the Round Table shit.
These guys
boy.
are like Vikings and stuff. Look at that guy. Look.
He like Santa Claus' twin brother. They're fraternal twins. Not identical.
Yeah, but that should tell you enough about Kenley, North Carolina.
Those are those white folks that say they Cherokee. Serious. Nah, but big ups to them out there, man. It's fucked up, man. Let's move along, man. What we got?
What else is on the agenda? Right, let's keep it moving.
It's fucked up though.
Oh yeah, what's it called? Paul. This is Paul Sorvino. He had just died.
Yo,
from Goodfellas.
Yo, R.I.P. man.
Oh,
R.I.P. man. Cut garlic, man. I'm gonna cut garlic for you, bro.
We're cut garlic man. Using the razor, garlic, right?
Using the razor on the table, real fine, thin slices. If you don't do it right, you're not a man. You're not a man. Oh man, yo, rest in peace to that dude right there, yo, man.
Damn.
You lost a lot of good folks. I mean, even
Ray Liotta.
Ray Liotta, man.
Too.
Oh, big us, man. Rest in peace to Ray Liotta too. Oh, and oh boy, what's his name? From The Godfather. Sonny,
mm-hmm.
man. Oh man, he was a dope actor.
There's 3 good fellas that died.
Yo, right there, all of them, man.
Well, 2 good fellas.
And what's it called? Tony Cicero, whatever.
Cicero, which was that one?
Oh,
the nigga
Paulie
from
yes, that was
The
recently
Sopranos
too.
and shit. Yeah.
Yo, R.I.P. to all the mobs, man. All the mobsters is gone, bro. Hey, big ups to y'all, man. You know what I'm saying?
Who's next?
R.I.P. man. I hope a couple people said Pesci, right? I think you said some shit, bro. No, not Pesci. Yo, Pesci.
Shit, that's my man.
Creator got you, man. You here for like another 20 years, bro.
Yeah, but this guy, look how old he looks now.
Bro, look at that mustache though. He's ready for another 10 years of acting, bro. Look at that fucking mustache, bro. Shit.
Yeah, he tripping. He blacked that shit out. You know he did.
He's still hardcore though, man.
No, yeah, I'm gonna get I already said if Joe Pesci died this year, I'm gonna get him tatted on my stomach. I'm gonna get a Joe Pesci tat. Just on my stomach, my abdomen.
Get it right around the belly button.
Yep. Joe
How old
Pesci.
is this guy?
That's my boy.
Nah, he ain't
I'm
going.
gonna get Kendall to do it too.
Robert De Niro here for life,
That's my boy.
and Al Pacino. That guy ain't going nowhere.
I'm gonna get something like this. I don't know if you can see it.
Point it at the camera.
Oh, you should put one with a crown on his head. So they'll probably mistake it for like a white Biggie.
Nah, I need Joe Pesci and shit. We get a stomach tat.
You're talking about this one? Hold on.
Yeah, that one.
Oh,
We get that one on my stomach.
that was nice right there, bro.
Facts.
I don't know. I never understood why people get other people tatted on themselves.
That's my boy. That's my inspiration.
Wouldn't you
Every
want?
day I
Wouldn't
walk
you want
around.
me on your?
That's my
wouldn't you want
that's
me
my
on
spirit
your,
animal.
No,
Wouldn't you want me on your chest, like if I pass away?
bro.
You'd be like, yo, my cousin's always in my heart.
Yeah, but I don't need a tattoo for that because then you can run into this shit.
Like what?
Look.
Nah.
It's
Nah,
like, yeah, Botox.
nah. I'm about to pay some bread for it. You know, my boy, he a little tax. Nah, he not tax. You feel me? Cause that tattoo shit. I feel like you could really charge for. You know, if you really nice, you could pay. You feel me?
I mean,
You could charge what it is.
you support your dude who does the art, then that's cool. But
Or you get one of these.
That's Michael Jackson, right?
yeah, he got freckles and all. Sure. Brawn to die. That shit said brawn to die.
Where?
Brawn to die.
Like LeBron, brought to die.
Brawn to
Jesus
die.
looks a little fucked up on that one. Look, see, this is why I wouldn't get a baby tattooed on me. Look at this.
I'm saying your man's
I'm
gotta be
saying,
nice,
yeah,
bro.
because I don't
Can
know
do
that
super
right
like
there
that.
looks like
He official tissue,
that
bro.
shit look like you got
Look
a
at this.
tattoo
It's
done
like,
in the
how
gas
do you live
station.
with that shit?
That's so he like Bobby Hill. Nah, but you feel me? You gotta definitely do your research on the tat, or it's gonna be on your body for the rest of your life.
Yeah, like
So-
yo, there's people that travel to other states
Yeah.
for certain tats because they want a tat by a certain type of tattoo artist who could do really good. They'll travel, man. They'll pay tens of thousands.
Yeah. What's it called? We just had the homie Clown. He came from LA. He was over here tatting people.
Clown.
He's super like that.
Damn, that'd be dope.
Word, nah, he's super like that. He very nice and like black and gray and stuff. So yeah, he official tissue too.
I'm gonna try to do my own tattoo.
Nah, yeah, I'm trying to. Definitely, you gotta have some bread though to mess with them though. They've been tatting for like 18 years and shit. So,
damn,
feel me? They're like masters
the
because they
skills,
craft
man.
this shit.
I've seen they got these new style tattoos now that look like rug design, but like they can make like portraits, and they make the tattoo look like it's like this.
Oh, the
But
3D tattoo?
Yeah, it's
Oh, that
3D
is
tat
cool.
and shit. I'm like, yo, that shit's dope.
Like, hold on. Like this one. Oh, no. Well, that's the other type of 3D. I'm
Yeah,
talking about,
so-
like, this one, maybe.
That's dope right there. That's wow. That shit actually looked like it was real.
Yeah, but think about, like, the fading after a while.
Yeah, I don't really like. I wouldn't get that necessarily.
Nah, but you
per
know what?
se.
Is that they got different types of ink right now. And I think like if you're gonna pay good money, you're gonna pay good money not just for the artist, but also that the artist got great quality stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like good quality equipment, good quality paints, and doesn't use some bullshit. Because if you're gonna get a portrait done, let's just say, or you're gonna get a whole sleeve, you definitely don't want that shit to be in some bullshit ink. Imagine your whole arm get infected because this dude used some fucking ink that you allergic to and you didn't even know till after the tat.
Yeah, but that also has a lot to do with the aftercare, too.
Well, I'm just saying, yeah, that too. But I'm just saying, what if you break out and you get this crazy fucking shit happen to you, and then what?
Facts. You're gonna lose a limb.
Yo,
That's
turn
crazy.
gangrene and everything.
Now I saw you also like you can't be going out, so like you can't be exposed to sun too much.
Oh, you saw that girl that was on at the lake?
Not necessarily.
She
I don't think so.
she got tattooed
big-
on her neck,
Mhm.
and she was out at the lake for like a couple days. She didn't go in the water. She was just on a boat.
Mhm.
And then over the course of a couple of days, it just got like swollen. It was like a pouch.
Word.
Ooh.
Facts.
Yeah.
It became like a bit like a wart, right? Like a bubble or whatever.
Big ass bubble.
Word. That's
Oof.
crazy. You
That's
gotta
why
be
they tell you
careful.
not to go into the ocean or go into
Direct sunlight. You
direct
gotta
sunlight.
stay in the house.
That's why to get a
Instantly.
tattoo in the summer is the worst idea.
Yeah.
So you take it in the winter.
Get tatted in the wintertime. I think I'm gonna get tatted on
Yeah,
my
take
birthday.
that advice,
I think.
folks. Get tatted in the
I'm gonna try
winter
putting
time.
some bread to the side.
At least the fall. That's it. Not in the spring or the summer. You fuck.
What about you though? You got any? How many tats you got? I got a few.
Me?
Yeah.
I got tat. No tat.
Just two.
I want to get a whole sleeve, but I had them too. You know, when I was younger, like probably like 16, 17 years old, I done tatted my motherfucking fingers. Every finger had a letter on it and a number. I looked at foolish for like about a month, and this shit faded away. Now I don't got nothing. You can't even tell I had a tat on my fingers.
Wait, you tatted it yourself?
Yeah, I did
Like the needle with the ink or whatever?
yeah, I did I made a what's they call it, a jailhouse tattoo machine. The little motor and the rubber band and then the needle, and that shit was crucial. That shit was fucking burned after the fucking trying to scrape, because you scraping that shit. That shit's so painful.
That shit was busted.
I'm trying to find the damage of it.
Like the sun damage on the freshly.
Yeah,
done
like here, like
tattoo.
I've seen this happen to some people.
Yeah.
The ink lifts, and then when
Yeah.
it scabs up and it dries out.
Yeah, you
It's
pick at
ugly.
it. If you pick at it, it completely comes off. But if you leave it, like parts of it come out, parts of it stay.
Yeah.
It's
Like
just horrible.
This is what it turns into after it scabs up. Well, this is laser tattoo, but this is what it looks like.
Yeah.
It just looks faded.
Would you get laser tatted after you tatted yourself?
No.
Why not?
You said laser, like removal?
Yeah.
That shit hurts first and foremost. So
I mean,
like,
I be seeing people get it done and they be just chilling.
I mean, if I had like a face tat or something,
Would you get
Maybe.
another one afterwards?
like another
just
face
erase
tat
it
after I
and then
removed
wait like a few months and then get a new one.
it? I don't know. I think if I'm getting them removed, it's because I don't want them on my face no more.
Well, I'm just saying, what if you ended up putting like a fucking name or something like that, and you're like, yo, I don't know this fucking person no more. Fuck this motherfucker. Da, 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 and you
Nah, I
wanna-
don't think I'd put a name on my
No,
face.
I'm just saying, what if though?
I wouldn't
Or
be
would he
able
put
to-
like a tear in your eye?
a tear? Nah,
You'd
I
be
wouldn't
like-
get it just off the connotations that it, you feel me? It can bring.
How about quotation marks?
Nah.
I don't know what the fuck that means, but I think it'll look cool.
I do want to get like a head tat, like on the side of my head, because you know I get like a high fade and
Not,
stuff. So.
not for nothing. I think like tattoos on the head are dope.
Word.
But I mean, like if you're gonna get one, man, you gotta.
That shit gonna hurt for real.
I mean, of course it's gonna hurt. You gotta be fucking coked up or some shit.
Nah.
Drunk in the motherfucker. You gotta be zooted. Something gotta be done. You gotta be,
Word.
because you gotta get that whole shit. You gotta be still,
I'm
bro.
about to get some painkillers. I'm gonna be sleep the whole time like this. Wake up with a whole piece like, oh.
What if they fuck up?
Yeah, you got to be awake. Otherwise, you end up with another no regrets or whatever.
nah.
What if you end up like a butthole in your head?
You gotta know who you fucking with.
I think there's dope ass tattoos I've seen on people's heads. That's awesome. Like do like some falcon wings or some shit. Don't do like a Nike symbol.
Nah, not a Nike symbol. I think Action Bronson got his head tatted. I'll get some dope
Really?
shit like that. Yeah,
I gotta check that shit.
Word.
How that look? Action Bronson.
Action Bronson's head tat.
I
He
gotta
got
see
some
that
dope shit. He be fucking with the color. I don't got no real color tats right now.
What the?
Just black and white and shit. But I fuck with him.
Ooh, get out of here.
And look at the other side one right there too. That one looked like a little racist though. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably won't get that one. But
he has another one over here too. He has a
like
bear,
like a
something.
dog or something,
That one look older.
like a leopard.
I just
whoa.
want a leopard on the side of my head. That's what you'll sound.
You know who has cool head
Just
tattoos?
want to smoke.
Travis
a ball.
Barker.
Who?
Travis
Travis
Barker.
Barker. He has cool head tattoos.
Let's see, Travis.
That's the one that go out with Khloe Kardashian.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, oh boy, he's got some dope tats.
Oh, Courtney, pardon me.
He does have some dope tats.
He tatted loose, boy.
And he gets sick recently.
I don't know.
He was about to die or some shit.
He looks sick in general.
He does, but I mean, he look like. Nah, he definitely like he smoked mad bud though.
You look like he smoked crack. I know a crackhead when I see one. I ain't gonna hold you.
Oh man, that's probably what happened. He probably got
Courtney,
sick because he probably had a bad batch or some shit.
Courtney, let me holler at you real quick.
Courtney,
When he go on them walks, smell him when he comes back. If he smell like
he smells
like a cheese, like a sharp cheddar cheese.
Sharp cheddar cheese.
He was just smoking crack. And if his jaw is like,
he's like,
he doing that with his jaw, and you can't stop doing it.
Right, he's just moving back and forth.
And he's just swaying.
Constantly asking for change.
Nah, he banned it, so he's not gonna be asking for change. But Travis Barker gonna be looking crazy. He do look like he be fucking with that shit.
Because that smells like cheddar cheese. You know how many people smell like that though on a regular basis?
Nah, it's gonna smell sharp, like super sharp. They gonna be like, oh,
Super
what's
sharp.
that? Word, I just like, you feel me?
It's super sharp.
I done been in areas where niggas been smoking crack around me and shit. Not necessarily in like where I would catch a contact, but enough where I can smell that shit burning. You feel what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, niggas smoking crack in here.
Yo, crack to me smells like burning plastic.
Burning plastic, right?
Yeah.
But it smells like sharp though. Like, I don't know how to explain it. That shit smells like.
Well, I mean, now that you say it, now I think about it.
It smells like. It smells. I don't know. To me, that's what it smells like. Maybe the nigga had some bad crack. I don't know.
Smoking cheese and shit.
I don't know. I wasn't fucking with this shit. But yeah, I don't know.
Thank God. Thank God.
Damn.
Big ups to the crackheads out there.
Is that still a thing?
What,
Crack?
crackheads? Have you not seen one?
Not lately.
You might not find them
Yeah, go to
all the time.
Popeyes in Irvington.
Gentrification.
What's that, on 9th Avenue?
On Springfield Avenue.
All right,
Avenue?
so I pulled up here like what crack smells like.
Burning crack, though, not just regular crack.
Yeah. Not burning crack. Like crack smells like gasoline, paint, nail salons, or burning rubber or plastic.
See? I'm saying gasoline smells like sour a little bit. Like it has that smell. You feel what I'm saying? Like
It smells like chemicals.
yeah, but chemicals like bleach. I don't know. I would like. I don't know. I would describe bleach as a little bit of soury. Like it has that, like, you feel me, like pungent smell almost. You feel what I'm saying? Pungent,
yeah.
like.
That's what it is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, what's that?
I didn't know crack was still like a thing that people were smoking. I thought they would have like upgraded to like meth or something.
Nah.
I mean, meth has gotten a strong wave, but I mean, you still got a lot of crackheads.
Poor people still smoke crack.
Yeah.
I don't get how. Isn't crack made from cocaine?
Yeah.
Like it's crack. Wouldn't it make it more expensive since cocaine's so expensive?
But you could stretch it way more.
Yeah.
So like,
you put it into a crack form. I mean,
yeah, it's a rock. So now
it's never gonna get you zooted like coke would. After it's been turned over,
fact,
it'll be all cracky. Crack.
Next up.
All right, what's next up, man? We have the gay son of the Pennsylvania Congressman Glenn Thompson confirms to NBC News that his father attended his wedding just 3 days after voting against a House bill that would codify federal protections for same-sex marriage.
You know what that reminds me of, though?
How do you feel about that?
What?
Remember Dick Cheney?
No, hold on. What's this dude's name? I'm sorry to interrupt you. That McGreevey?
Yeah.
The governor of New Jersey, the gay dude, right?
Yeah.
That he was he was doing something.
Right?
He was gay.
McGreevey, right? That's it. Oh, I thought he had a scandal about it.
He did.
What was the scandal?
He said he was gay.
Yeah.
No, I thought he was doing something because it's not scandalous to be gay, right?
No. Scandalous because he was married and he was fucking around with other guys.
Okay. All right, I see now.
Oh, let me just make sure because I don't want to talk on my ass.
He was being scandalous, basically.
Facts.
He was.
He's a scandalous, dirty boy.
Yeah, they separated after he revealed that he is gay.
Yeah, he was getting it up the Duke shoot.
Damn, McGreeve.
Hey, big ups to him though. But yeah, let's go back.
Nothing wrong with being gay though.
I mean, it definitely isn't, but still, I mean, motherfuckers. I mean, because of the stigmas and because of all the things that's in the past. I mean, I guess, he felt like he was confident enough to come out. Unless he got caught out there. If he got caught out there, then you know what? You get all the backlash you deserve, bastard. But if he came out, then I give him props for being courageous, especially for destroying.
I think he got blackmailed, right?
Especially for destroying his family.
And that's why that's why he had to come out.
I think
he
it was
getting blackmailed.
Yeah, I think so.
It's called scandal, so I'm thinking he was doing scandalous things, and she probably looked through the phone. Found that hidden message.
No, so there was a guy that was going to come out and say things about him. He was the victim of repeated sexual advances.
So this dude was doing some shit. You see, that's what you get, though.
Yeah.
You do some scandalous shit, she gonna bite you in the ass. It's called karma, bro.
He is gay and had an extramarital affair with an unnamed man.
Unnamed?
Yeah.
That dude dead. What happened, brother?
These things not working.
They're not working?
No. I just peeped now.
I
was cooking this whole time, just listening to it. I'm like, I should be hearing y'all through the headphones, right?
But it's cool. I mean, we could still talk, right? You can still hear me. I can still hear you then.
How many minutes has it been running? 30 minutes, and then now he realizes that it's not working.
He's like, hold up, I don't hear myself.
I was like, I think I should be hearing y'all through the headset, right? What I got these on for? But
I might have to raise the loudness on the mics, or maybe we just didn't push it in all the way.
How you call it? But yeah, I read into the article. About this joint, and I got to be honest. He's a Republican. He has a specific stance about religious liberties. Okay. Hold on, put it in the hole. There you go.
Can you hear it? No. You can't hear it at all?
You sure? Is the volume up? Has he got a button on it?
Yeah, it's working. I'm gonna check behind.
Say hello. 1 2 1 2.
No?
Maybe it's one of those things over
all
there.
right, now.
Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah, now
Okay.
I got it. Now we got it. All right.
Okay. We back in business. Big ups. PodGASt. Big ups.
This guy waited 30 minutes to tell me he couldn't hear us.
But we had a good conversation, although he couldn't hear us. He was lip reading through the whole time. But I was saying though, so he has a. Here's the interesting thing about old boy. All right, so he has a real specific stance. All right, so as a politician, right, and as a father, as a supportive father, right, because you would think like he's probably going to the wedding like, hey, you know what I'm saying, or being real contradictory, you know what I'm saying. But he has an interesting stance, and I think before I get into that, I want to hear your opinion on what you feel about the article.
I feel that the dude should definitely, he should, well, not just him specifically. I feel as though politicians in general should be held to a certain regard where, you know what I'm saying, if you support a certain bill or something, then you should, your ethical should be, like it should be tied in.
Yeah.
Like your work and your ethics should be tied in. I don't feel as though you should just be, you feel me, doing one thing and then
turn around.
on your
another.
personal life, just be indulgent in what you so adamantly speak negatively about, or not necessarily speak negatively about, but don't support because he voted against the whole to protect same-sex marriage, but went to his son's
same-sex marriage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, here's something interesting. This is what I was going to get into. Now, I wanted to ask your opinion, and I'm glad I did because of the way you said that. Because so now, looking into who he is as a man, right? Aside from politician, put politics aside real quick. Who he is as a man is one, he's a father, right? He's a husband, he's a father, he's a supportive father at that, because apparently his him and the missus was really ecstatic about being at the wedding, and they embraced their son-in-law. You know what I'm saying? But he's also a religious person, so he has an interesting stance about like going into now bringing the politics into the fold. He has an interesting stance about religious liberties and how certain laws being passed, they kind of lay, how can I say, they kind of, all right, so when you pass in laws and understanding the way politics work, there's certain wording and certain terminologies in place that actually kind of overlap on other things and could infringe on other type of policies in place. You know what I'm saying? And it's weird though, because it could create holes in other areas and create conflict with other things that makes the system not work in a certain aspect, like parallel. You get what I'm saying? And when you talk about religious liberty, that's something very delicate in the nation, right? I mean, they've taken away prayer from school. You know what I'm saying? That used to be a thing that everybody used to do, but they did it in a way where they kind of, it was during the time that the Catholic Church was under all this BS, you know what I'm saying? Like all the conspiracy stuff. So during all that time, and then using other religions like Jews and like Jewish and Arab religions like Islam, that, you know, they have their place too, and to have to always pray to, you know what I'm saying, like to Catholic God, it kind of like conflicts, right? So that was the propaganda for those laws back then that created certain policies in place that kind of made it a more neutral ground for religion. So they use that as a way to do away with religion in schools, right? And praying is a fundamental part in families. You get what I'm saying? And not to just jump into that religious shit, but like thinking like him as a politician and as a human being, like where do I play a certain boundary where I have to play the mid ground and have to respect on my personal stance on something versus something that a collective is already rocking with. He's a politician, and a politician is like you playing for a baseball team. You know what I'm saying? Your team is playing a certain game. They riding against a certain thing. You're going to ride with them. You know what I'm saying? He has to go with that because there's certain terminologies in this same sex thing that may conflict with religious liberties policies. You get what I'm saying? So he has to make a stance as a politician to stand against it, not necessarily stand against same-sex marriage per se, but the actual kind of law in place. You get what I'm saying? That they putting out there.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna show you guys what he said during the wedding. It's not a video. It's just like a reading thing.
Yeah.
So he started saying how blessed he was to celebrate the men's marriage, and he hopes and prays that their child stays healthy, finds their way, and ultimately finds that one true love that they have the opportunity to experience, and that someone to grow old with. We love it when they find their one true love, especially when they become a part of our families. It's like, and that's what we're rooting for. So, just with that information in mind.
So he's all right with his son finding true love, but not the rest of the country.
I don't think it's that either, because I don't think it's about against the concept of same-sex marriage. It's against the law that they've already pushed. It conflicts with certain things that conflict with religious liberties that are, policies. So when you play politics, you gotta play chess, right? So sometimes you may play certain pieces that, man, the majority that support you may not feel you. They might not accept that. Like, why would you do that? This is not something we think you would go against or support, right? But you do it for the longer game, because you do it, you pivot to support one thing because it's going to allow for something else that everybody else is going to be like, oh, word, thank you, word, you was awesome for that. You get what I'm saying? So he's pivoting in a certain way. I feel this could just be me.
Yeah, I think.
But like I feel.
I don't know. I feel like politicians are evil people.
Well, politicians
with
definitely
ulterior motives.
Always
did
are.
Did you ever watch Harold and Kumar Escape from Guantanamo Bay?
Yeah.
Do you remember at the end when they meet George Bush? And then he was like, oh, and the nigga was smoking weed in the cabin, and he was like, oh, why do you have it illegal when you feel me? You're over here smoking weed in your cabin and shit.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, because he was like, he's like, you're a hypocrite. And then George Bush was like, he was like, do you like getting blowjobs? He was like, yeah. He was like, do you like giving blowjobs? The nigga was like, ew, no. He was like, then that makes you a goddamn hypocrite too now, doesn't it? I was like, this nigga retarded. I was like, yo. I feel like that's how politicians really is in real life, though.
Well, I mean, I spent my life always being, most of my life always being anti-government. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And after the past, when I got into the work that I'm doing in my my career, I had to start understanding politics. And even though I hate a lot of these politicians, I got to work with them for some things. You know what I'm saying? I got to play chess with them. But in order for me to play chess with them, I have to understand the way they play chess. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And I see some funky shit happening, like in the Newark. You know what I'm saying? Like with housing and shit like that. Like all of these, gentrification is happening. We think of it as like, oh, that's fucked up. You selling out. You buy all these people coming in, rich people now, da-da-da-da-da. And this shit's been planned out for like the past 40, 50 years.
How you feel about Queen Latifah?
She cool peoples.
Nah, I didn't mean like generally on her, but like she's, you know what I'm saying? She went into Newark and she started buying stuff up, right, and redeveloping things. You're like more like the type of person that I would really want an opinion from, just because you're more in that type of sector. That's your type of field, housing and keeping it affordable for people and really making Newark, and keeping Newark what it was, what it is.
I got a couple opinions about Queen Latifah, and they all come together like a web.
Before
Queen.
you go into that,
Go
just
ahead.
provide context. Provide context as to what Queen Latifah is doing in Newark, because I don't really know.
What's Queen Latifah doing? She buying stuff and redeveloping it, right? I'm pretty sure that's what she's doing, redeveloping.
So, Queen Latifah was trying to get property in Essex County. She got some property in the city of Newark, and she's developing, affordable housing. She's developing it's a new development. It's coming up in Newark. It's interesting. It's lovely. It's got the plan is laid out. It's awesome. It's going to have all these units that are going to be for affordable. But I'm glad you bring it up, right? So when I think about affordability in the city of Newark, I got to be real transparent about this. Matter of fact, let me ask y'all the question, and I want y'all to just be off the bat for what you think. Don't think of it like in context of housing, but when I tell you affordable, what comes to mind?
I don't know. Affordable really depending on the bedroom and how big the apartment is and stuff like that.
But I mean, like,
Talking about price
well, that's size though. Affordability. What's affordability to you?
If somebody can pay it and still have enough money in their pockets to not necessarily be splurging, but
to survive, to manage, right?
To manage.
What about you, cuz? What do you think?
I was gonna say the same thing.
To live and maintain,
Okay, that's a perfect statement. To live and maintain. So, what in my work as a housing organizer, what we're discovering is, and what we're seeing is, that the word affordability, in the sense of the term, has been tweaked a bit.
Oh man,
you get what I'm saying? So what we seem to be getting away from when we're talking about housing in these urban cities like Newark is we seem to be talking more about affordable, and less about low income. Let me explain. Low income are people that are living below the medium, basically the poor communities, right? That are mostly BIPOC communities, right? They're the people of color. And these communities are families that live in a certain income bracket, I would say maybe $25,000 or less. Homeless people, right? What we got here?
So for a single person, the poverty line, you're considered under the poverty line, or essentially, income deprived, I guess you call it.
Yeah.
If you make less than 12,000
Okay, so
a year.
so individuals less than 12,000 a year. Individual, or one person.
Yeah.
So as you build up from families, you see the income that builds together. So a 3-family, which would be a couple and a child, right? That would be 20,000. So you're making below 20,000. Majority of these folks are living in what we call low income communities, right? These communities are under attack by what we call gentrification, right? See, now gentrification is being sold in a certain way that, we're going to revitalize, we're going to build up the communities, we're going to do away with the old, bring in the new, we're going to provide jobs, we're going to bring in luxury buildings so that we can get different kind of community flowing, different kind of jobs promotions, so that way we get a different kind of vibe going on, picking up. The more money that comes in, the more the city gets, the more the city can produce, right? That's the way the flow is supposed to be, right? The city of Newark has suffered about 40 years of poverty, bro. 1967 was the riots.
The riots, yeah.
Since that point to now, the city of Newark has been in poverty, has been in debt, okay?
Yeah, that's almost 60 years.
Okay, yeah. So then Sharp James and Gibson and all them, the mayors, big ups to them. They did what they did, but Sharp James got caught up with his controversy, selling properties and hooking up his peoples and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Hooking up his lady, and he sold tons of property to people that should not have had property, like people from out of the city. You know what I'm saying? And sold property like crazy because nobody was keeping an eye on it. He was a mayor for what, like 30 something years, I forgot. He basically had everything under control. So after a while, going back to the politician context, is the saying that politicians, the good ones, come into the mix for the right reasons. You know what happens? Is that over time you get too comfortable. Over time, that seat and that throne and that feeling that everybody's giving you the attention and power and all this money that's coming through, all the money in your grasp with all the right people. You got all your homies working the different departments. You know what I'm saying? What happens when you get too comfortable, brother? You know what I'm saying?
So I'm going to feed him some information from here. So just right here.
Yeah,
So
Springfield Ave.
Yeah.
Springfield
I
Ave.
just feel like all the politicians should be like the Uruguayan president.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a good point. But so just to go
In a perfect world, right?
Yeah. So just to go off what he was saying, she wants to build this along Springfield Avenue. So you guys already know where that is.
Yeah, Newark.
It's
Irvington,
76 unit mixed project. Will include 23 family houses, with rents starting at $1,800 a month. Do you think that's affordable?
Thank you. That's a good question, right?
What, for a three family?
No.
I
So
mean,
the house,
three.
Starting.
the rents are starting. That could be a studio starting at $1,800.
That could be a studio. That could be a one bedroom.
1,800.
You never know.
It could be, because if you read the article context right, it says a 76 unit mixed rate apartment building, right?
See, and then right here in the same article, it also talks about what's considered an affordable rental rate in Newark. It's saying $763 a month.
Household costs. Yeah, look, let me tell you something. That's real affordable. That's what the real margin should be. Mm-hmm. But with this propaganda that's being pushed around about affordable, let me tell you something. The only reason they're promoting affordability in her building is because she got 76 units being built. Okay? The new the ordinance that's been in place in the city of Newark, big ups to the housing fighters out there who was able to push through ordinances like the inclusionary zoning and rent control and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So with IZO, the IZO, which is an ordinance, which is a law that's in place in the city of Newark, developments that come into the city of Newark that at first it was that at 30 apartments, if you had 30 apartments in the development, you were required to provide 20% affordability. So you good with math?
No, not really.
You good with math?
What was the number?
Just real quick. If we built an apartment building in the city of Newark and it had 30 apartments,
and how many are
20% are supposed to be affordability. How many units is that?
6 units.
6 units. So that was the original ordinance. The ordinance just got updated yesterday. We was at City Hall. Big ups to everybody who came out. We spoke and stuff. IZO got updated to now 15 units. If your property now has 15 units and you're developing, you got to provide 20% of 15. What's 20% of 15? That'd probably be like half of 6, right? Because
they should
Yes,
probably
3.
they should probably make it
So
more
what-
than 20%. It should probably be like 30 or 40%.
And originally, I think it was when they were doing the whole thing of trying to create this law. Like there was a lot of work, a lot of meetings. Big ups to those colleagues out there that made it happen.
Anibal Rios.
Like there was a lot of folks. A lot of folks.
No.
Nah.
Was it you that told me about Anibal Rios with the Columbus thing? It was you. It was last episode about the taking down the Christopher Columbus thing, and he's the only one that stood up and said,
Oh, Anibal Ramos.
Yeah.
That fool. Norfolk Councilman.
Yeah.
He's another one that's been in his seat for like 20-something years, ain't do shit. He's selling, he's hooking up his buddies with permits they could extend their houses and get all the hookup. You know, he's a Essex County director. So for like welfare. So not only is he a politician, he is also a director for welfare in Essex County.
do you think that's
a conflict of interest? That's what I would think. Don't you think? Think about it.
I mean,
two government positions.
Yeah, but that's because there's not that many people running for office. Look at Stack. Stack is a state senator.
There's a lot of people.
Mayor of Union City.
In the past few, see now when we think about it like that. All right, so listen, Stacks is not that much of a bad guy though.
He's not.
What he's building up. I mean, granted, he had to do what he can to preserve what he can there while all that gentrification happened. You know what I'm saying? But he's great with the businesses. He wants to preserve local mom and pop businesses. He doesn't want to lose that. He doesn't want to lose Bergen Line and the waterfront. He doesn't want to lose it to corporate interest. That's just that. I big up at that. Because corporate interest starts to come in, they're going to do away with all that shit. And what's going to happen? They're going to build sky rises in fucking Union City. Can you see sky rises happening in Union City? That shit will fucking look ridiculous. Think about it, because look at Exchange Place in Jersey City. That whole area was factories and all that shit. There were low-income communities that used to live out there. Projects and shit like that. And now they got sky-rise and residential buildings and shit like that. Motherfuckers probably paying like $3,000 an apartment. Newark just got hit with $3,000. I just heard that from a tenant. The landlord's trying to rent their apartment for $3,000, 2-bedroom. It's fucking wild.
$3,000.
Yeah. So Hudson County, because of the rates that are going down in Exchange Place, other Jersey City landlords are trying to capitalize on the hype, and because it's Hudson County, now that type of pricing has gone not just from like Exchange Place in downtown, it's also bled into like the lower income areas of Jersey City, like the area by Community Paul, Greenville. There's people that are going in there buying houses, fixing them up, and doing what he said, offering a 2-bedroom apartment for $3,000,
bro.
because of other people.
What you got is not only do you have like corporations, management companies, realty companies, these sorry,
Bless you.
sorry, thank you. Not only do you got the Jews that coming in from New York that's buying up properties left and right.
Man. I had a story about that.
We're gonna get into that. But you also got these landlords from other states, other countries, buying up land. Buying up properties so that they could do Airbnbs to make their businesses, to rent out, to shit like that. Think about a whole home or a whole 3-floor building. It's just turned into Airbnb or turned into like a what's that shit called? A hostel.
You know what I hope they do to all those people? I hope that like if you do like a little like an extended stay or whatever, like after like you technically are their tenant for like a short term or whatever, they overstay however long they plan it.
They get charged extra.
No, they don't get charged extra. Like they got to take them to court now to evict them. I've seen them. Yeah, I've seen instances where.
So.
Yeah, go ahead, Vic.
No, go ahead.
There's been like instances where people overstay their trip You know what I'm saying? They put it for like 3 weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
I saw where like the landlady rented out her room or her apartment because she was gonna go out on a business trip for like a month, and she said that she wasn't gonna be home, so she rented it out. She said that the cleaning lady said, "Oh, the lady didn't leave that was renting out your apartment." So like it wasn't really much she could do because she wasn't home. So then, excuse me. Then when she came back home, the lady was still there, and she wasn't leaving.
See, but that's the thing with.
And since she had the lease or whatever, or the contract, then she technically had to take her like court now to get her evicted.
Yeah.
So I used to work. I should probably bleep this out.
But no, put that out there.
Yeah. No, so what happened is a lot of these people, they'll do that shit on purpose. Like they'll go live out a month and just immediately start falling behind.
Yeah.
Then they'll start going like programs to get their rent paid.
Yeah.
So they'll go up to 3 months. So certain programs will give you up to 3 months of rental assistance.
Yeah.
And so that's already 3 months. After that, they can continue to stay and not pay, and then the landlord has to make time out of his day to go. And the courts are so backed up with all the evictions from the pandemic and all this shit. Sometimes the hearing doesn't even come for like 6 months. So before you know it, it's a whole year of not paying rent. And the person who suffers is landlord.
And what's crazy is
we gotta do it to the Airbnb people.
All right.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is what you're saying is, so there's a law in New Jersey that if you stay in a place, it's really supposed to be if you stay in a place for 30 days, but after 2 weeks, if you've been residing in a place, it's looked at as if you're a resident. So once you become a resident, once you reach the 30 days, you can actually exercise your right as a squatter. And it's a squatter's rights. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's called, squatter's rights.
After 2 weeks?
After it's supposed to be 30 days.
Oh, okay.
And then after that, they gotta literally evict you. They can't kick you out. So imagine if you even have your boy, like say your boy comes stay in your house. He's like, I just need a few weeks, bro, and then just staying a whole month.
And then squatters' rights.
He want to bounce, and you want to kick his ass out. He said if you kick his ass out, he could call police on you. And
I'm saying, but who's to say, like, who's counting the days? Like, let's say you find like an abandoned house, right? Like in Irvington.
I mean, that's the truth, right?
And you just want to be like, all right, this is my shit now, and you just sleep in there, and then you feel me?
So here's the thing: like, if the person was slick, and like they have texts from you or just something to show that you.
No, I'm not saying in that instance. I'm saying like, you know how in Irvington there's a bunch of rundown houses, right?
Yeah.
So like, if you want to say like, whatever, like you sleep in there. And then whatever the cops come try to evict you and whatnot, you're like, nah, I'm a tenant. So you can't. I've been sleeping here for a month. Nobody came and said nothing to me.
Well, in the early 2000s, there used to be a lot of squatters taking over a lot of these abandoned homes, and some people would renovate homes and fix it up, and haven't rented out yet, and somebody would just break in and they'll start staying in that house. And if they stayed in that house for a certain amount of time, they could have played the exercise. A brand new home that's renovated, if people just made it into a crack house and the landlord didn't do shit all that time, they could run off like squatters' rights, and the person had to go through evictions to take them out. So you can't evict them, can't call the cops, can't. No, that's what they've been staying there all this time. You feel me? And the thing is what happens is that's when it comes to community, right? So if you got like say nobody's gonna be counting the days, but you'd be surprised. Maybe people in the community are watching. Oh, he's been there for a few months. You know what I'm saying? Like, I saw the cop got to here. You know what I'm saying? To make a judgment on that. You know what I'm saying? And the person can take you to court on some shit like that. You paying the rent and everything. They don't even on the lease. They could get you evicted though because of that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's not on the lease, and on the lease, most lease, they'll tell you if you got people staying there. That law, it's kind of like written out on leases, generic ones and all that, because they put it out. They don't want nobody staying in your home more than a certain amount of days. They're not saying it like you can't have visitors. It's more for your protection as much as it is for theirs. Because if you allow it, and now you want that person out, they have to go through the eviction shit to get that person out of your apartment, and so do you. You got to go through that shit too with them. So it's like,
I didn't know that's why they have that.
It goes really deep. It goes really crazy. And a lot of people are taking advantage of that shit. Lots of people. Especially addicts that know that shit. You know what I'm saying?
How do they learn about this shit though? Somebody like figured it out? And
I'm pretty sure it's simple. You just know your rights, know your right shit. You know, what's they call I think it's called Landlord Tenant Rights Manual.
Yeah.
You can find that shit on Google for free.
Yeah, I was just reading here that you can live in an area for 30 years in a woodland area, and you can legally claim that as yours.
We're in Jersey?
In Jersey.
In a wooded area?
Let's
Yes,
find a wooded area, bro.
That's 30 years.
Let's
though.
build.
30 years.
Let's build a little cabin though.
That's
Just
OD,
have it
though.
for 30 years.
30 years.
30 years, bro.
I'm gonna be
What about underground?
I'm
That'd
gonna
be dope.
54.
That'd be dope if we could just build something underground. Like fuck up, let's fuck upstairs, fuck outside.
I'm saying you need to have a good ventilation because it'd be hot
I'm
underground.
just saying, bro. What? It might be hot.
Nah, it is gonna be hot.
Be cold.
I feel like it'd be stuffy underground.
I'm saying we'll make some dope ventilation, HVAC type style.
Nah, yeah, you need some dope shit
You
down
see,
there.
you seen that that white dude who bought a whole bunch of school buses, and then he like he kind of like, oh, what's that shit called? He cut them all up and kind of fused them shits together, and then he put a whole bunch of dirt on top of him. He's made like an underground bunker
A bunker, yeah.
of just all cheese buses inside there.
Nah.
But he's got rooms, everything. He's got a full kitchen set up, bathroom set up, the whole
Right
nine.
here. Hold on, I found the picture.
Look at that shit. Look at that shit.
He lined them all up, and he just poured dirt over them.
What's the name of that place? It got a name on it too.
It's in Canada. It's 42 school buses.
Bro, I would go. Now that I know, because I know that's there. If I know the directions, the end of the world scenario, I'll probably head up that way. Because listen, he'll be safe,
This is
and he don't want certain
Oh,
people.
nah, I ain't living with him. You bugging.
I'm saying, yo, bro, by the time he get there, he gonna be dead.
I'm saying that how you gonna get in there? He probably got a booby trapped if it's end of the world status. You try to open the door, you gonna get your shit split.
He's definitely got something set up.
Nah, especially him. He look like the Saw dude, the old man.
Hold on, I got a better picture of him. Hold on. That's what he looks like now.
Nah, yeah, that's definitely the Saw guy. That's Jigsaw.
Yeah, I don't think I should.
Jigsaw all the way.
No,
Yeah, he
here's
tripping.
another
I ain't going
picture
in there.
of him starting or building it out.
Nah,
I don't know. I don't think school buses would provide a lot of protection though.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I mean,
either.
have you seen the whole video he got of him though? I mean, he talks about not for nothing, like those buses, them shits got it, bro. He thought about a lot. He thought about how to run a whole what do you call it, like system for like the shit and all that stuff.
Yeah.
He's got it all set up so where he's got lighting in that shit and everything. Look at that shit.
Hold on. Let me put it back.
I'm saying end of the world plans. I'll probably go to Ecuador. I wouldn't stay over here.
And here's the thing, it's called the Ark number 2. I wonder where Ark number 1 is at.
That's the one that Noah had.
Noah.
You sure?
Yeah.
But he didn't call it the Ark 1.
You never heard Noah's Ark?
Noah's Ark, but he ain't call it Ark 1.
I'm saying.
Right there.
Look at that shit.
He didn't
Look at
think
that
there was gonna necessarily be another Ark after. That's why.
Yeah. Like oh shit. He merged them all together. Look at that. Look how many toilets he got.
shit. Look at that.
And he got cots and everything.
You wouldn't go, bro?
Nah.
Bro, why not, bro? Yoke his ass up. Take him out. Drag end of the
These
world.
are my buses now.
I'm just saying, though. I mean, think about it. Like, he got everything there, bro. I'm saying, like, if you know somebody who got a bunker, end of the world scenario, would you go to their house?
Yeah, it was my boys stuff, but then not even because they probably got family and shit. Not even gonna be no room for you in that bunker. There's gonna be hella people. Cause think about it, your boy got his mom, his dad, his little brother, shit like that. It's gonna be hella heads and that shit.
I don't know.
One of the motherfuckers is going to die.
I wouldn't really want to.
But if it's the end of the world, what are you really stopping?
I'm saying, what if they got a limited food supply and shit?
Exactly.
They not gonna want to split that with you. They gonna be like, we got our own to take care of, man.
Be like, eat my ass. Nah, but I mean,
Yeah, like look at.
I be thinking about that shit. Underground
built,
bunkers.
like an underground whole
Look at that.
ecosystem.
They got that. They got things like this, man.
Yeah, but they got water pumps. They got what is that? Thermo.
They got things like this. They literally over in the UK. They got buildings underground that go like 20, 30 floors.
Yeah, but what I don't get is why. If it's the end of the world, it's like, what's the quality of life going to be when everything's gone?
I mean, yo, you got that many
something?
floors, you most likely planned for the survival of animals and the production of some type of agriculture.
I mean, you can only do so much underground, though.
No, you could do a lot, bro.
No, I've seen the place in Newark what is it called? It's in the Hain building. They grow like plants and like trays and shit.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Like horticulture type.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
like the
I don't remember what it's called, but I know you can
like
do
hydroponic type of shit.
Yeah.
But you could do a lot you could do a lot. I mean, look at in China. China had like them sinkholes that showed like a whole rainforest on the ground.
Really?
A whole
I
rainforest.
saw that.
With like plants and shit that no longer exist.
Right? Yeah.
They was existing in there. The earth has a way of creating it's the humidity. Water is the source of it all. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I mean, I know the sun is important too, but heat and humidity creates a tropic type of thing with animals and bugs like that. I think it's just.
It's like, how did they discover the sinkhole though?
Well, you see how big that shit is. I think they just. I forgot the story. I think it was something flying over and they noticed, and then they sent the drone and they saw that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And these are all over China though.
Yeah, imagine there's like another species of human in there.
I always think about shit like that. I'm big on inner Earth shit.
An inner Earth thing.
Yeah, I'm big on that.
See, like
Hollow Earth theory and shit.
I was looking into that and then I fell asleep. But no, not like that. Because you know how sometimes you follow like a rabbit hole through like Wikipedia.
Oh, it goes deep. It goes
Yeah.
deep, bro.
I
Wikipedia leads you down a crazy rabbit hole, bro. You gotta watch out for that too. Because Wikipedia lets you edit and put your own shit in there.
Yeah.
But Hollow Earth is something that the theory of it exists for more than thousands of years. Then again, so has the flat Earth theory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they're saying that the Hollow Earth theory is how Godzilla and King Kong came about.
Well, I mean, there's talks about that too, but I think I'm big on like Middle Earth. Like I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm a little sci-fi head, so I'm like the whole Lords of the Ring things. I believe in shit like that. Like, I believe it, because you know what? When you look at scientific shit, like the human family tree, it's very extensive. You know that the monkey is not there, and they say we come from the monkey, right? We actually come from a mixture of certain hominids. The Neanderthals actually are closer relative. You know what I'm saying?
The human family tree. Oh, I need one with faces.
We're actually like the monkeys, like
You mean like Homo sapiens?
really,
and stuff like
yeah.
that?
It's like really distant. It's not even as close to us than other ones. I mean, they just found, well, not just. I think it was like 2008. They found like hobbit skeletons in a fucking island off the coast of Australia. Hobbit meaning like motherfuckers like this tall. Like imagine that shit, bro.
Is that the politically correct term?
Well, I don't know.
You don't want to.
I call it hobbit, but I don't think that's the real term. I call it. You know, I don't want to. Well, is it?
You don't want
I want to be inclusive here. I don't want to.
You got to use the correct.
Use
term.
the wrong term.
I think there's little people, right?
Little people. Yeah, I don't know. I think dwarfs kind of taking that.
LPs,
Nah, hell no.
They're LPs.
Little people.
LPs.
I thought that stands for loss prevention.
They're low. They're the low folks. Loss prevention.
They're vertically challenged.
Like, you just call them little people, right? That's the term for it.
There you go.
Little.
So there's the hominid evolution. So these are some long ass names, bro.
You see where the chimpanzee is at?
Yeah.
Homo erectus.
No, but that's why it's like we're related.
It's
but
the
we're not
most distant.
descendant.
Yeah, it's the most distant of our relatives, and we actually are more related to like the Neanderthal, to like all these other type of hominids, and it's interesting.
Yo, it's funny. Like if you think about it, there's a lot of traits from like Neanderthals that still existed today.
Well, I mean, the white man.
No, not the white. I'm talking about people with like really thick eyebrows.
You
Like,
do see it, right?
yeah,
See
like
it.
my brother. You ever seen him? He's got a thick ass forehead.
What are you talking about, Christian?
Yeah.
Like Eduardo and shit. He's got it. He's got that thing too. And so does Ricky.
Yeah, Ricky do got a thick forehead.
He got a thick cranium.
No, but these things are exist, right? I'm big on that shit, yo. So I believe in like the fact that I'm a big believer that civilization has existed several times. We're only being told that we existed on this planet for like 48,000 years when I think we've been on this planet for millions of years. There's just too much things that give too many signs of that. Like
carbon dating and stuff like that.
Well, carbon dating in the past had a lot of flaws. Now it's more, because of modern technology and shit. But when you think about carbon dating, there has to be something to date back to, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like when you talk about a certain thing in a certain region, could you say that this is 6 million years old because something else from another region looks about as old? And it's like, well, they're about the same, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, no, but this is in a whole nother region. It's found in a whole different place. It's aged differently. So region wise changes time. The earth bends, you know what I'm saying, and the way it turns. So time bends, right? We see it in the aspect of when you go to Cali, it's 3-hour difference, right? So imagine it in a longer, we're talking about millions of years. There's a vast gap there, right? So like today we do see a lot of good things, like they do ice drilling. You know what ice drilling is?
Mm-hmm. Well, like in Alaska and stuff.
Like Alaska, Antarctica. Well, they do that too, but there's a more scientific reason. They go deep into drilling into the earth, because the deeper they go, the more back into the past they go. You know what I'm saying? So they find sediment, like layers of the earth, past oceans that's under us. Like this whole oceans under us. Like what? Not here in America, actually, right here in New Jersey. We actually got a cave system that starts around here, that stretches into PA, and that cave system continues on and stretches all the way to California. So there's a cave system under the U.S. that goes all the way across the country.
They think sort of like what the Chapo had going on.
I think they went deeper though. This one goes deeper. But under that, it was the layer of water, untouched oil in the Midwest, that really deep. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then there was a layer of mad sediment, and then there's a layer of what seems to be like now it's touched, because before it wasn't touched by man. But since the drill went through that bitch and went into the water, obviously now it's changed, right? The biology of it. But it's gone past that. And past that ocean is another piece of land. So now I think about like, if in China sinkholes can reveal whole fucking ecosystems, who are us to say that evolution hasn't existed in different other areas of the world inside the earth millions of years before we have? And we crept up onto the surface, not necessarily like the story they tell us from the ocean into reptiles, but we probably been here. Yeah. There's structures.
So you were talking about like the cave system.
Yeah.
So this is just a picture. So it's just interesting, the number of mysterious cases of people vanishing without a trace compared to the number of the largest cave systems in the United States.
Yeah, look at that shit. So. And you see that one. You see how it's broken there, and it only shows to the Midwest. Mm-hmm. Nah, there's other ones that show it goes farther.
Yeah, but this kind of validates what you said about the cave system being underground.
Because this was discovered recently using satellite. I don't know if it's satellite thing or that thing they put on the ground that maps out the bottom of the ground, like under ultrasound type of shit. And they discovered this shit, and like there's like whole people that like going into caves and shit. I be watching videos on YouTube of people doing.
Yeah, white people be going into caves.
A lot of white people.
I'm thinking they Batman and shit.
Yeah, right. And then they be going into these little ass gaps, bro. I be hyperventilating for them, and they get through that shit. They breathe certain ways, and like, and you just see them squirming through shit. But when they get out on the other side, you be like, wow, like beautiful fucking places. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad that we bring that up, because now thinking about ancestral things, the Aztec, the Inca, all of that. Just recently in Mexico, they had a couple of articles that talked about it, but it was discovered a while way before that they discovered a cave system that went deep, right? And that these explorers went deep and swam through this shit, and they found what looked like burial sites of indigenous things and shit, and like all of this gold and all this stuff, but deep in the earth. How the fuck did these dudes bring that shit deep into the earth, bro? And these motherfuckers had to swim with all this equipment to get into these motherfuckers. But these dudes, look at that, look.
Facts.
It's deep inside the earth, bro. You feel me? I think, honestly, us as a people, humans, have always been explorers. I think we've explored shit that we don't even know. Shit that they don't want to tell us. That's what I think.
That actually leaves it like in a good cliffhanger for the next episode. So if you want to talk more about that.
Word.
Yeah.
You ever had the segue, actually? Have you ever had the chocolate taco from Klondike?
Yo, R.I.P., bro. I got
40 years, though. That's a nice little run.
That was good a run. Yeah, that shit was pretty bang. You know what? You know what's fucked up, though?
I don't think I ever had it, though.
A lot of times I had it and shit was stale. I don't know. I guess motherfuckers didn't like buying it. Why did they discontinue it? They got it.
I don't know. I like that shit. But
I never had it.
No?
Shit
You
was
mean
rocking.
maybe you could find one before they're
Before
fully
it
gone.
discontinued, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if you go
I
on
took
Amazon, you probably find a couple boxes.
I took the chocolate taco for granted. Now it's never going to be produced again.
Nah, it's never gonna be produced again. It's been taken away from you always.
Stale ass taco, though. I could see that being stale, though, honestly.
It's because it sits in the fridge because it has a waffle outside thing.
Exactly.
Like it's gonna get stale.
Yo, rest in peace.
It's like the
Chocolate taco.
drumsticks. You ever had the drumsticks?
Those is alright, though.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
that's like you ever eat the
Drumsticks?
waffle thing?
Yeah, the drum, you know, the one that's like has the ice cream cone and it comes already in it?
Oh yeah, them shits be stale half of the time.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, but we'll definitely touch in more on that because I think we went over like 20 minutes.
It's alright.
Yeah, but
It
if
was
you want
good,
to
bro.
talk about that one, yeah, but it was good. So if you guys want to sign out.
You want to talk about Brittany Greer and stuff? How long has she been locked up for the weed stuff in Russia?
Oh shit, yeah, we was gonna touch on that, right?
Yeah. I think
Fuck,
we can
real
talk
quick,
about that
Real quick,
2.5 status.
real quick. I think
Yeah.
my
Unless you
point
want to
of
wait
view-
until next week because that what's it called? That the swap is supposed to happen this next week.
Facts. I mean, we can still touch that, you know, how long she's
Okay.
been incarcerated for, and Joe Biden's just putting out a
Man, they've been talking about her since the whole fucking war started.
word. Facts.
And I was like, it's kind of fucked up. I don't think she went through with the drugs. I think they're just fucking with her because she was the American one there. And I think Russia was trying to show how big their balls are. Like, look at that. We have one of your players. And it's like, it's just the WNBA.
Yeah, no, but we'll definitely.
If
touch
it was
on
like
that 'cause-
LeBron or some shit, like, what do you think? How do you think they would react?
I think
we'll
LeBron
leave
would've
that.
been home by now.
We'll leave that in the cliffhanger. That would be a good one to get
Yeah,
into next time.
because the swap and the
Yo.
stuff's gonna come this week supposedly. So
Big ups to everybody. It's PodGASt.
PodGASt.
Doing it up,
yes,
man.
Sir, yes, sir.
That's how we do. Double O.
do you got any sponsors or anything? Any weed reviews you want to do today?
Yeah, you know, it's not really a sponsor per se, but just some Alien Labs, top secret, a brand new pheno, Blue Dream and Xeno 13.
Just show it to the camera.
Blue Dream,
Sure.
Xeno 13.
Big ups to Blue Dreams. Blue Dreams is dope ass bud right there.
Where's Alien Labs though?
I had some Bahama Breeze. That shit was slamming. It's kind of like a purple, like green, orangey. But we'll get back into that, man. We still got to work on that on our end with the reviews.
Facts.
But thank you for whoever was listening.
Look at the camera though when you.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for tuning in.
Y'all be safe. Peace.